Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we'll be talking about Aliexpress watches. Surprise, surprise. And I just want to say that we don't go to Aliexpress to find cheap watches. We go to Aliexpress to find high value items. That means that we want to get a lot of value for our dosh. We want to get the good refinement. We want to get the good quality control. So today I want to focus on 8 watches which bring us that value. In fact, let's do 8 plus 1. So there will be one watch at the end which actually brings a lot of originality to the table as well, at a very good price. So all of the watches we'll be discussing today, none of them cost astronomical money. In fact, all of these watches will be below the usual Swiss entry-level prices. So the affiliate links to all of the watches we'll be discussing today will be in the description below the video. Or you can just go to my collection. So that's one link where all of the watches we have discussed today are there in just one place. And also take note of the additional discount codes in the description below. And now let's dive in and talk about these 9 watches in detail. Let's do it. First of all, let's start with a breathtaking chronograph by Pagani Design, the PD726 for $70. This is version 4 and a 2024 model. It's in breathtaking sky blue, while the ceramic bezel insert is milky white. Note the hour indices, main dial and sub-dial hands are all white as well. The clinical and austere cleanliness of this setup is surreal. Not only is the PD726 a visually striking watch, it's a functional daily wearer with many strong points. For example, it features a boxy sapphire crystal. It's not too tall, yet distinctive enough for a classy look. The piece gets 100 meters of water resistance, warranted by a screw-in crown and a screw-down case back. There's a milled and signed clasp with 3 micro adjustments. The watch is a complete stainless steel construction, both with the 3-link bracelet and the case. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 42 mm, a lug-to-lug length of 48.5, a height of 14 mm, and a lug width of 20, tapering down to 18 mm at the clasp. The watch is powered by hybrid quartz movement, the Seiko VH63, meaning the sweep in seconds hand that's set off by the chronograph function gets 0.2 seconds precision. $70 for a multitude of dial and bezel colors combinations available. WM194. It's a brave move for WM, moving in with the big boys, homaging an iconic and complex piece. So this bad boy here is actually homaging a Zenith Revival DeFi model. This is a true diver with a box sapphire crystal. The crystal is flat, just a millimeter or so above the ceramic bezel. Its flatness, the narrow insert, angled and extreme contours of the chiseled case are so distinct and different in a good way to anything we've seen out there to date. We get 200 meters of water resistance, warranted by a screw-in crown and a screw-down case back. The bezel rotation is so consistent and heavy, and once again, it's just so precise. There is no backplay. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 42 mm, a lug-to-lug length of 47.1, a height of 12.3, and a lug width of 20 mm, tapering down to 18 at the clasp. The inverted end links make this largish in diameter watch an easy wearer for almost any wrist size. Powered by the dependable Seiko NH35 self-winding automatic, it is priced at $120. Pagani Design PD726. The watch is different. It's a diver watch with tons of character and almost a season special because it is white. On the dial and the 2/3 of the ceramic bezel insert, it's all white. For $75, we get plenty of good stuff, such as 100 meters of water resistance, a fully stainless steel construction, powered by a Japanese self-winding automatic movement, the NH36. As well as that, it features a sapphire crystal. It gets an exhibition case back and a screw-in crown. The lume here is applied to the dial as well as the indices, so very cool stuff. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 41 mm, a lug-to-lug length of 53.5, a height of 13.5, a lug width of 20 mm, and a weight of 150 grams before removing any links to fit my 6.5-inch wrist. And it's actually the first Pagani design I see with an inscripted Riho. So we know that Cadisen does this, but now Pagani design has taken it on as well, and it looks really good. Also note the minute chapter ring, blue for the 12 to 4 o'clock and red for the rest of the hours. We also have a date complication here. The sapphire crystal is slightly boxy, just curving up just above the 120 click unidirectional bezel. So for 75 bucks, this is a gem that is very budgetly priced. The Milit ML10 set me back 50 bucks, but this is a full-on vintage-inspired field watch. The matte black dial with sterile white printed indices, the outer minute ring, and a 12-hour clock on the inside is a classy and sophisticated look. The case is sandblasted stainless steel. The watch has an austere kind of look. All the lines are so well thought out on this watch. It's a very straightforward kind of look, yet it's assertive and strict. What I like on the strap is that the keepers are also sandblasted. You will notice that the stainless steel here on this whole piece, as well as the keepers, is slightly darker than silver. And in a way it looks like titanium, but it is not. This is just stainless steel. In regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 37 mm, a lug-to-lug length of 48.6, a height of 12, a lug width of 18 mm, and a weight of 70 grams. We have a flat slab of synthetic sapphire crystal sitting on top here. It actually gets anti-reflective coating as well. The blue film of the anti-reflective coating can be seen at certain angles when looking from the side at the watch. The watch is actually powered by Seiko's VH31 sweeping seconds hand. The Terami TRM0002 is a BB homage. It's available with 3 dial colors, the black, sky blue, and emerald green. We've got the black with us. This is actually my second watch from this micro brand, and for the second time I've fallen in love with the craftsmanship and appeal. The dome sapphire crystal, thoroughly brushed case, polished fixed bezel that it creates exciting reflections on a generally conservative case design. The piece is powered by a Japanese self-winding automatic or the Seiko NH35A. This is a completely stainless steel construction. We get a 3-link bracelet and a stainless steel case. The bracelet here is actually held together by screw pins, not push pins, and it does feature a milled wing. Like a true sport watch, it offers 200 meters of water resistance warranted by a signed screw and crown, as well as a screw-down case back. Apart from the premium components, the way this piece was put together is what really stands out. Check out the brand logo. The small square logo is much appreciated. It just doesn't have an obtrusive way of getting there in the way of your gaze. It's unobtrusive, stylish, and simply perfect. I do hope that Addiesdive, Steel Dive, and Tondorio are taking notes right about now. With regards to the dimensions, we get a diameter of 39 mm, a height of 12.9, a lug-to-lug length of 45.6 mm due to inverted end links. We also get a lug width of 20 mm, tapering down to 16 at the clasp. And frankly, the lume is staggeringly good. It lasts the night with ease. It's bright, the longevity is just amazing here. The C8237, priced at 68 bucks, this is a stunner. In fact, one of the best looking Cadisen divers I've seen in 2024. But if looks are a subjective area, the components, the refinement, the bezel action, and the automatic movement are quite objective. Let's start with the dimensions. We get a diameter of 40 mm, a lug-to-lug length of 47 mm, a height of 12.1, a lug width of 20 mm tapering down 18 at the clasp, and a weight of 170 grams. You'll agree the dimensions are impressive. For a mid-sized diameter of 40 mm, the lug-to-lug length of 47 mm is as nimble as you'd expect on a 38 or 39 mm case. So anyone with a wrist circumference of 6 inches and over should be experiencing no overhangs with this piece. We get 100 meters water resistance with this watch, and it's warranted by a signed screw and crown as well as a screw-down case back. The dial is topped with sapphire crystal, and of course the 120 click black ceramic bezel is polished to a stark glossy black. Unlike many older Cadisen bezels, we get a pleasant amount of resistance pull. The weight is consistent throughout the rotation cycle, the clicks are vibrant and clear, and yes, it aligns at 12 perfectly. Also, there is minimal, hardly any backplay. This is quite the little gem of a watch. It pays tribute to a classic oyster-style timepiece. Thorn T0002 has once again proven to be a brand with at least as good refinement as Boltony, well, in my eyes. For $68, we get a chic square stainless steel case. It's a cushion case, a two-tone dial here as well. I opted for the sterile dial on a black calfskin strap, so there are different color variations for the dial as well as different colored straps. With regards to the dimensions, we get a case width of 36mm, a height of 11mm due to the double-domed sapphire crystal. We get a lug-to-lug length of 44.5mm and a lug width of 18mm. This is a chic and elegant piece that can be worn to the office or a night out. The sizing definitely points to a retro, smaller demeanor, and very much a unisex watch. The pros here are a double-dome sapphire crystal, meaning there are no edge distortions. The stainless steel case is polished throughout. The rounded fluted bezel oozes class and expense I just didn't expect at this price point. Also note the oversized ball crown. It's actually the screw-in type. This is not a push-pull crown on this dress watch. It is a screw-in crown. The watch is powered by a Quartz VD78. Martin SN00004 is one of those watches that instantly feels steeped in vintage charm. It has that retro aura, but with just enough modern refinement to make it versatile. You can actually choose between two hand styles, classic or pencil hands. And while the classic set stays true to the heritage vibe, I personally think the pencil hands work better. They simplify the dial just enough, toning down the ornamentation and giving it a slightly more contemporary feel while still keeping the vintage flair intact. The color palette here really enhances the warmth of the design. The matte black dial contrasts beautifully against the polished high-gloss ceramic bezel insert, and the beige tones of the lume plots and hands just pop off that backdrop, giving the watch a soft, warm, almost nostalgic presence. Size-wise, it's extremely wearable. The lug-to-lug length is a modest 46mm, which means it can comfortably fit wrist as small as 5 inches. The case diameter is just 38mm, and while the height measures 13mm on paper, most of that comes from the slightly domed, boxed sapphire crystal. It doesn't actually feel tall or top-heavy on the wrist. Instead, it sits low and slim, hugging the wrist naturally. The lug width is 20mm, but the bracelet tapers nicely down to 16 at the clasp, which really helps with balance and comfort. When you look at the case profile, you can see it's very much a layered design. Now let's talk about the bezel, because SM has a solid reputation for making excellent ones, and this is no exception. The moment you rotate it, you can feel and hear the quality. The clicks are precise, very tactile, with a satisfying ratchety feel. The resistance is consistent all the way around the 120 click cycle. This is the Addiesdive AD2512. And while it draws its silhouette from luxury lineage, this is very much its own beast. At 36mm wide and 42mm long, it lands firmly in that sweet spot territory for both elegance, versatility, and an unisex design. The finishing impresses. You've got polished flanks and brushed top surfaces, with sharp transitions that belie the price tag. The 75-tooth fluted bezel isn't just there for show. It adds light play and character, giving the whole watch a commanding wrist presence without shouting for attention. The dial is textured, deeply etched in a brushed meteorite style that gives it dimension and intrigue under shifting light. Hour markers are multifaceted and lumed, paired with the VH31 hybrid quartz movement, giving you a smooth sweeping seconds hand ticking at 4 pulses per second. It's that satisfying hybrid between mechanical aesthetics and quartz reliability. This movement has a variance of up to 20 seconds per month. Also, a battery should last up to 3 years. Water resistance is very capable, 100 meters, backed by a screw-down crown and a solid screw-down case back. The bracelet here is Jubilee style, solid links, polished center, and a secure folding clasp, although tolerances are quite loose. You also get sapphire crystal on top with anti-reflective coating, which means better scratch resistance and clarity in sunlight. Crown size is 6mm, easy to grip and operate. Altogether, the AD2512 offers a luxe and sport combo. Understated, well constructed, and genuinely wearable. So what did you think about these 9 watches? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also check out the links to the listings in the description below the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.